Opie and Anthony. We got a grandma, great-grandma. She got into a bit of a problem.
Oopsie.
Do we know why?
No, I know nothing of this.
I know, I didn't feel like reading that story today.
I know nothing except it ends in goodness.
You like it. You know, it's funny every time.
I love
every
when
time
tasers are used.
Well,
I love it.
Why don't we just play this and then we...
Then we'll try to figure out what happened?
Yeah, why not?
See who was in the wrong here?
Why not?
Step back and you're going to be paid.
I dare you.
Step back over there. Put your hands on your back. Put your hands behind your back.
I'm getting back in my car.
You're going to be paid. Stop.
I'm getting back in my car.
No, ma'am. Taser, get on the ground. Get on the ground. Now put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. You're going to be tased again. 317, I got one tase.
She screamed. She did the old lady scream.
That's so much great.
That's fantastic. I'm getting back in my car. No, you're not, dummy.
Cop's 100% right.
Yeah.
She just wanted to get back in her car. She was scared.
Fuck her. You know what?
What'd she do wrong? Do we know?
Yeah, she
I
didn't
hope
listen.
she robbed a bank or something.
No, he was trying to give her a speeding ticket, and she would not sign the ticket. She was refusing to sign the ticket.
What are those states where you got to sign the ticket?
She was just she wasn't being cooperative.
Wait, okay, so she wouldn't sign the ticket.
She was going 60 and a 45. Is that true? That's no big deal.
And she wouldn't sign the ticket, so then we tased her?
Well, she was just being very... She wasn't cooperating with the officer at all. Like, he was just asking her to, just to be a certain place, and she wouldn't listen to him. And then there was a point where they kind of got a little physical because like she was like trying to like walk past him, and he kind of had to like shove her and be like, "No, you're not passing me."
Can I play the other side of this though? We're all big fans of the cop. Did he really need a taser to subdue her?
Well, let me see. I'm looking at the video of the dash cam now. He opens the door.
Cop's right.
Makes her
every
step
single time
out.
in our world, but
makes her step out. The little lady. He's saying, "Go over here."
She's hunched over a little.
He pushes her out of traffic. Now, this is a safety issue. He doesn't want to be standing in traffic.
Okay.
He's pushing her away further onto the shoulder. She is just saying, I'm getting back in my car, I'm getting back in my car.
Which means she has to get back sort of on the highway.
Now, he can't start a scuffle with her in the middle of the street.
He's, by the way, she comes up to his chest.
Yes.
She's a little old lady.
Slight little old lady. But you know something? They're both in danger over there. He did her a favor.
The bottom line is, he's got his taser out already. He pulled his taser out because, like, why don't you just turn her around and cuff her? Maybe he wants to do that because he could hurt her cuffing her.
Look, see, now again, he leads her back, but she's not cooperating, and she's walking back into traffic.
And he keeps pushing her back.
And he pushes her back and says, you stay there.
And now he's pointing the taser at her.
I'm going to tase you.
Michael Sears from Boston. You guys,
and there she goes.
You guys are only playing a tiny part of the video. You missed a part where she said, I'll pay the ticket. Get your shit right.
What? I'll pay the ticket. What? Right here in Brainerd? She's not paying the ticket. She takes the ticket.
She wasn't cooperating to the officer's commands, and she wasn't signing the ticket.
There's still a line, though. Where he could have just cuffed her and turned her around. That's my
He
thing,
could have, but he didn't.
Well,
let's say hi to Kevin in North Carolina. He's a cop.
Hi, Kevin.
What's up?
Hey, Kevin.
If you watch it from the beginning, she refuses to sign it and says, take me to jail, so he tells her to get out of the car. And then at one point, she actually says, I dare you to tase me. I think she says it twice.
Doesn't matter. She's in the fuck. It doesn't matter. He's still not in danger.
Good thing she didn't say, I dare you to shoot me.
Or fuck me in the mouth and ass.
The cop is so much bigger than her, and that's why I'm wondering, did he really need to use the taser?
This is, look, what was he going to do, though? He probably could have done more damage to her, scuffling with her, breaking a bone, throwing her on the ground, than tasing her.
Turning her around. As big as he is, this is my thing. If he I'm not saying he shouldn't have cuffed the old bitch, but just turn her around as big as you are and put the cuffs on her.
She starts, look at what she does. He puts her arm behind her back. She spins out of it and goes to walk back to her car. And she's walking into traffic now. So he shoves her back onto the shoulder, points the taser, and goes, I'm going to tase you. And she continues to try to walk.
Ah, fuck her.
And there, fuck her in the ass.
Well,
And he even waits until he's got her off the shoulder onto the grass before he hits her with the taser. He would have done a lot more damage if he had tried to take her down.
Yeah, if you take her down, you know, the old graham cracker bones are going to bust apart.
Cops are right again?
Yeah, she wasn't. You know what,
Right
though?
again?
Why should she fucking get away with that? It's like there's no reason. As I'm watching it, when a cop says stop right
Comply.
there, you should not walk by him and say, I'm getting in my car, sonny.
Right.
Comply, and you'll be fine. If you just fucking comply. If you don't have anything illegal, you're not doing anything, just fucking comply. I get pulled over constantly. I'm notorious when I drive. I get pulled over constantly. And I fucking do everything they tell me to do. I pull over nice, right away, in a safe spot, flip the lights on so they can come up to that window and see everything nice and clearly. No fucking hassle. Give them the shit they ask for. That's what you do.
Really?
Yeah.
I put my right hand way down low.
Do you?
And I turn the music up really loud, preferably a rap station.
The best thing to do is keep the windows rolled up and then reach like you put something under your seat or you're grabbing something from under your seat, right? And then when he comes up, it's best to fling the door open and throw your arms out the car real fast at him.
Tell them a joke, too. They like a joke. Like, I'll go, you ready to take your last breath, Flatfoot?
Flatfoot.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I just joke with them. They know I'm kidding. They laugh like you.
You want to hear the tasing
They
again?
laugh.
More than anything.
Yeah, let me hear that.
Hey,
old
Kevin,
woman.
is it tasing or tasering?
Tasing.
Tasing. All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
guys.
Kevin.
Bye, sweetie.
Once again, cops are right. See?
Yes.
Step back and you're going to be tased.
I dare you.
Step back over there. Okay, raise your hands on your back. Put your hands behind your back.
I'm getting back in my car.
You're going to be tased. Stop.
I'm getting back in my car.
No, ma'am. Tase it. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Now put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. You're going to be tased again.
Jesus Christ. She did not obey.
No, she did not.
You better get your head and your ass wired together, or I will take a giant shit on you.
What a threat.
I will take a giant shit on you. The fuck is
Like that, like when a commanding officer is going to take a giant shit on you.
Or I will take a giant shit on you.
Because you know he probably does take big shits.
Oh, giant.
Old school Marine and nom.
Do you
Eats unhealthy.
Do you chance it though?
What? Giant shit?
Yeah.
Without wiring your head and ass.
Do you
together.
chance it?
Yeah.
I think I would chance it, thinking like you can't, dip the shit.
He's not going to be able to work
on
up
the
a
spot.
giant shit.
Keith in Missouri. Hey, Keith.
Hey, I'm a former cop, and there's like a ladder that they teach you in the academy. It's a use of force ladder. And pepper spray and tasers come before wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah.
First you use verbal, then it's wide open hand, then it's pepper spray and taser.
Yeah.
Then wrestling, then baton, and then pop your weapon.
Why didn't he use pepper spray?
The weapon of choice these days is tasers.
The weapon of choice.
Everybody carries a taser these days.
Yeah, he'd probably kill her with pepper spray.
Why didn't he just fucking a nightsticker in the throat?
That works too.
To all our cop friends, enjoy the taser because they're going to take it out of your hands eventually. Fuckers.
Yeah.
Back to deadly physical force.
But they're going to. There'll be
Yeah,
some kind
well.
of lawsuit or some fucking case, and next thing you know, they're gonna,
Oh, they already have.
Oh,
They've
there's already
tried.
plenty of lawsuits. Yeah.
No, I understand that, but one in particular, something's gonna happen where all of a sudden they're like, all right, we can't use the taser anymore.
But you know what? That probably is safer than
Bullshit.
wrestling under the ground. You're
Of
not.
course. You know what? Anthony turned me on that. He did.
I said
Yeah.
that too.
No, you didn't.
No.
No, you're too busy counting calories, Jimmy.
Pretzel rod is 60. I couldn't
See,
believe
I
it.
told you.
Oh yeah. I couldn't believe it.
Why? One pretzel rod?
60 fucking calories.
That's impossible.
Man, it does sound wrong. Oh, Ope.
Maybe it's as big as a baseball bat. That's the problem.
Oh, Gregorio.
Let's, well, this guy doesn't agree with tasing. Bonehead in Iowa. Bonehead, did you see the video? Because that's what turned me, because I was like, what? Great-grandmother getting fucking tased, and
Yeah.
the cop's a lot bigger, he couldn't handle the situation. Then Ant pointed out some stuff on the video that made sense to me.
Hi, guys. Love the show.
Hi, sir.
Jimmy, hello, buddy.
Good evening.
No, I just don't agree with that tasing, man. She's 72 years old. This guy had nothing better to do but pull her over for speeding.
Nothing better to do. No, first of all,
Oh,
that's,
fuck her. She was
that's his-
speeding.
That's his job.
Yeah,
It's his,
don't get mad, Ann. I know, but you know,
it's-
she might have been on meds. She might have had a bad hip. Needed to sit
Too
out.
bad.
You know.
Stay home. Have a peach. Don't drive.
Yeah, I hear you.
Eat celery, you fucking twat. Stop endangering everybody with your fucking diabetes, fucking fat
You're
gout
right,
foot.
You're right, Jimmy. You're right, but these guys like to play with their toys. I mean, if you can't handle an old lady, give it up.
No, but the thing is, to handle her, she was being belligerent and pulling away
Yeah,
from him.
yeah.
He could have body slammed this bitch.
Yeah.
The reason he probably tased her is because he didn't want to body slam an old lady. Like, then it looks bad. If you got to wrestle her to the ground, you're probably going to break her shoulder and
yeah,
arm.
it's actually the best way to put her onto the ground is to taser.
I hear you guys.
She is a citizen, too. If she doesn't listen, she has to be punished.
Yes.
Yeah, but come on.
Maybe even raped.
It's like old ladies in it's like searching old ladies in airports, guys.
All right.
Okay. Well,
Uppity grandma.
I agree with that. All right, man.
punch it out.
Hey, Jimmy, how many pounds do you lose from a good tasing?
I don't know. I imagine it depends how much shit flies out.
Never used a taser, used physical force, retired cop. Let's say hi to JD in Fort Worth. We don't take many
Let's say hi to
phone
Nick
calls
Nolte
Fort
from
Worth.
Q&A. Nick?
Yeah, we used to. I've been a cop in a long time, but you take your class ring and thump them in the head. That didn't work. You use your flashlight or your stick, and then you shoot them.
All right, Club Soda JD.
None of this taser shit. There's a bunch of pussies out there.
Bunch of pussies. See, this
That's what
guy.
they give you a big old flashlight with D-cell batteries for.
That was the big, in the old days, you had that big mag light. Now they got the little lights with the,
Yeah, all
like
those
the
fairy
knurled,
lights and the
with the knurled
tasers and-
serrated edge, so you could just pop people in the nose with that fucking thing and take their face off.
What do you take?
all the fairy sprays and tasers.
Fairy
and little
sprays.
faggot lights and. You just give yourself a big D-cell battery light and a stick, and you can go to work.
Would you take one hit from a big flashlight from a cop?
No.
Bad.
Where?
Could you just imagine what that feels
That's
like?
why they would come to the window and hold it way up by the light part, because they would shine it in your face, and then if they had to, with flick of the wrist, and you got fucking 5D batteries over your head.
Fuck that.
Or you take your class ring and turn it over, and if they don't comply, you just thump them on the forehead. It gets their attention real
You
quick.
get like a whack. That's funny. Holy
I used
shit.
to call my reminder.
This guy's a scream. He's old school.
He's telling the
Y'all
truth.
take
though.
care.
Thank you, JD.
right.
Jesus. Let me say hi to Jim in North Carolina. Man, North Carolina is a hot spot for Opie
Cigars
Anthony.
and Scotch is telling Jimmy flesh rods are calorie free, so you could eat those.
I know.
As long as you don't swallow the goodness.
Yes. A lot of sodium, high sodium content.
Hey, Jim, you ever play North Carolina?
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
No, hold on, not you, Jim.
Yeah,
I have in my career. I don't think in many years.
Seems like we got a lot of fans down there.
I absolutely would do that.
In North Carolina
Wow,
in
they're
general.
showing. Sorry,
What
buddy. They're showing
happened?
the Air France
What?
possible the way it was.
Oh, but the big graphic.
The
got in
fucking
the way.
graphic on these assholes at MSNBC. Move your graphic. God, what dickheads!
Even I know to pull the graphic when something good is happening
What a
in
bunch
the
of
lower third.
fucking news hack douchebags. Us, I mean.
Yes. What did you do? You spill?
Goddamn blueberries all over the floor.
You knocked your blueberries
Now
over
this
doing
wheeling. My chair's just wheeling over them. There's squished blueberries everywhere. God.
Oh boy,
Go ahead, Jim. I
that
gotta
animation
clean up
doesn't look good. They're showing that
Yeah, we
plane
got
just
a
being
couple
thrown
of
around.
a grandma, her daughter, and her granddaughter. And, we were trying to arrest her son, and she said, you ain't going to come get my son, all this, that, and the other. We ended up arresting the grandma, the daughter, and the granddaughter, and the grandma kicked the windows out of the car.
Really?
You can't underestimate these grandparents. And you can't, by the time you get there, you got an audience, so you can't just choke slam or nothing like you want to do.
I agree with Jim. Old person strength is a bizarre thing. Does anyone know how to explain that? These old people don't work out. But if you ever get into a confrontation with an old person, not saying I did, but maybe I did, their strength is pretty impressive. Why? Is it the ligaments?
But they can't
start
take
getting
a punch
stronger
at that age.
No, they can't.
They're fighting for their life with every movement.
That's true. That'll make you fight harder.
And you got video cameras coming out there, so you can't do really what you want to do.
Yeah,
But what is up with
Kenny's
old people's
nodding.
strength? Old people's strength, Kenny, what's that about?
Take your time. Kenny's waltzing to the microphone.
Man.
Waltz.
And his casual wear. What happened to your tie and suit? You're sweating.
It's too hot out there. They're cheap with the air conditioning.
Oh, no.
With the air conditioning?
Yeah.
That's it, huh?
That's never a good sign when the company turns off the
Turns
air
off the
conditioning.
AC.
Yeah. And there must be a misconception because I treat people the way I like to be treated.
Like Lurch.
Really? You like being beaten about the head?
Would you get tased for the radio?
Yes.
You would?
I would. Yes, I would.
I would like to say I would, but
Scary.
no fucking way.
That old lady fucking lived through it. I'll live through it.
I don't want to go, "Wah." You stiffen up and fall down. You look silly. You make
deal.
funny noises.
Would you get pepper sprayed for the show?
Yeah.
No, come on, Jimmy.
Why not? You lived through it, dude.
You would really do it?
Why not? I want to try it anyway, just see what it's like.
What would management say?
Ask Steve to ask management.
Yep.
I want to see if
No, say I want to be shot
we could tase Jimmy or pepper spray him.
and
or
hit with a
both.
bat. And then when they say no, say, how about tase? Like, all right.
I don't think they'll say all right to anything.
If I sign my life away, they might.
With anything.
Nah, there's no way they would allow that.
Why? They don't give a fuck about me.
David Carradine, everybody.
Oh.
This story
He's
gets
here.
better and better.
Is he here? Is
Where?
he-
Where? I don't smell him.
Oh. He's dead.
Carradine photo reveals fishnet stocking. So that picture that a bunch of us were privy to,
Yes.
that was on the internet. I think it's pretty much getting wiped off the face of the internet. A lot of people said that can't be him because the hair is dark and it
Yep.
looks like. What did we say? They look like
The blood was, pooling in his legs and kind of made him darker.
Right.
But it turns out those were fishnet stockings, and he was wearing a wig.
We've just seen a higher resolution image. This is from TMZ. They get the credit today of the photo that appears to be David Carradine's body hanging in his hotel room. And it shows what seems consistent with an autoerotica scenario, at least from outward appearances. The photo published by a Thai tabloid shows a body suspended from a bar in a closet with his hands bound together above his head. Carradine's genitals were also tied. There had to be someone else in this room.
There had to be.
Are they starting to talk about that anywhere?
He was probably into. Was he think he was going to be?
Who tied his hands like
They
that?
said the
You can't tie your own
surveillance
hands like
camera
that.
didn't show anybody coming or going from the room, though.
Wow.
But then
Which is
again, the
weird.
ex-wife said he came up with these crazy contraptions, so maybe he figured out how to do that.
How to tie himself.
Oh, man, you know what? Maybe he would jerk himself off with the rope with his hands. Maybe he would have his hands held above his head and have the rope to his dick and then jerk that way. Maybe he could come that way.
Like pulling on the rope. Pull the string. Pull the string.
I don't know.
But the new sharper image also reveals what appears to be fishnet stockings covering the body. You could also see red women's lingerie on the bed, and it appears... So he decided not to wear the...
Yeah, he laid everything out and then
and
just
said,
went,
you know what,
"Nah."
I'm not feeling the red lingerie today. And it appears Carradine may have been wearing a dark wig. Why the dark wig unless you're doing
Maybe he
this
didn't
for
want to be
somebody else?
recognized.
If he died?
No, if there was somebody else there, maybe he didn't want to be recognized.
There had to be someone else in
There
the
had to be. Come on.
There had to be.
Come on now.
Although there are signs this could have been a sexual act that turned accidentally deadly, family sources say they are still suspicious of the circumstances and have not ruled out homicide.
Come on. I'm saying he was a naughty, naughty boy. But the hands tied over that rod in the closet, not his rod, the other one, the one that put hangers on. That's a little weird.
A little odd.
Yes.
Yeah, and our, he's not our pal. We talked to him once. Bodden?
Oh,
Michael
yes.
Bodden, yes.
That ghoul.
Is it Bodden or
Michael Bodden. He is
Bodden.
actually my pal.
They're saying it's going to be autoerotica.
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Right.
Yeah.
Someone close to him is saying that's what it's going to be.
Choked.
Let's go to Gregory in New Hampshire. Gregory.
Hello, how are you?
Hi.
Yeah, I used to work at the state hospital, the mental ward, and I'd periodically have to subdue and wrestle, and the worst was the old ladies.
Really?
He got
Oh,
strength.
man.
I don't know what it is.
And they screamed. Stop it!
You
Smell like
swear
piss.
to God they have 4 arms.
Yeah.
Someone is suggesting it's rigor mortis. That's where they're getting their strength from.
You smack
Chris
it with
Kenny,
their
Fairfax, huh?
fucking smack it with their big tit, fucking sweat sock full of sand tits. It's like nunchucks.
They appreciated me because I wouldn't get upset when I had to wrestle with the residents, but the little old ladies were they were very dangerous.
All right, thank you, sir.
Worked in a mental.
Maury's got the worst celebrity lookalikes on his show today. They're horrendous.
Yeah.
What is Maury doing?
Some of these people, he's doing this whole celebrity lookalike thing, and a lot of the people come out and they have to make this certain face
to look like
the celebrity, and the second they smile or anything, and they always look like a retarded version of the celebrity. Who is that supposed to be?
Beyonce.
Is that Beyonce?
Beyonce.
Looks like a
It's
man
just a good Halloween
dressed like
costume.
Beyonce.
If you go to a Halloween party, some of these people look like the celebrity. That's all these celebrity lookalikes do.
Yeah.
It's a good Halloween costume. Mike in Moonachie. Uh-oh. Do you know Pat?
Yeah, actually, I live in the same place.
No way.
The same trailer park. Yeah. Not in the same street. I'm on the other side.
All right. He's obsessed with Pat and where he lives. Get on with it.
He's just trying to give us a little GPS action on where he is.
I apologize.
What do you got, Mike?
Anyway, with Carradine, you guys are you're concerned about him getting off on being touched by his dick. Well, sometimes just the rope around it enough can get you to come without really rubbing against anything.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it happens.
How do you know that?
Because it happened to me. You know, I love bondage and that type of stuff, and it's really easy to come without even doing a thing.
Without touching
if you're
it?
really into it.
Without touch?
Without touching it. Without touch. But the rope helps a little bit, so that's enough.
Right.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you can do it.
I'm
if
so
you're into
distracted.
it mentally, you can do it.
Why?
Because now they're taking people's like girlfriends or husbands, wives, and making them over as celebrities. So this slob is supposed to be Britney.
She doesn't look like Britney.
No.
Jesus.
That is really bad.
Maury, what are you doing?
And then they.
What's Maury doing? Jesus.
Doesn't she look great? She looks just like Britney.
She looks more like Aries Spears.
When we return, shut up.
All right, well, that sucked. To hear the Opie and Anthony Show 5 days a week live on satellite radio, online on your phone or tablet, or even on demand, go to SiriusXM.com. Also, interact with the Opie and Anthony Show on Twitter, at Opie Radio, at Anthony Cumia, and at Jim Norton.
Well, let me see. I'm looking at the video of the dash cam now. He opens the door.
Cops right
makes her
every
step
single time
out.
in our world, but
makes her step out. The little lady. He's saying, "Go over here."
She's hunched over a little.
He pushes her out of traffic. Now, this is a safety issue. He doesn't want to be standing in traffic.
Okay.
He's pushing her away further onto the shoulder. She is just saying, I'm getting back in my car, I'm getting back in my car.
Which means she has to get back sort of on the highway.
Now, he can't start a scuffle with her in the middle of the street.
He's, by the way, she comes up to his chest.
Yes.
She's a little...
I dare you.
Step back over there. Put your hands on your back. Put your hands behind your back.
telling me to leave. I'm getting back in my car.
You're going to be tased. Stop.
I'm getting back in my car.
No, ma'am. Taser. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Now put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. You're going to be...
The ticket.
She was just she wasn't being cooperative.
Wait, okay, so she wouldn't sign the ticket.
She was going 60 and a 45. Is that true? That's no big deal.
And she wouldn't sign the ticket, so then we tased her?
Well, she was just being very. She wasn't cooperating with the officer at all. Like he was just asking her to, just to be a certain place, and she wouldn't listen to him. And then there was a point where they kind of got a little physical because like she was like trying to like walk past him, and he kind of had to like shove her and be like, no, you're not passing me.
Can I play the other side of this though? We're all big fans of The Cop. Did he really need a taser to subdue her?
Tase again. 17, I got one tase.
She screamed. She did the old lady scream.
That's someone's great.
That's fantastic. I'm getting back in my car. No, you're not, dummy.
Cop's 100% right.
Yeah.
She just wanted to get back in her car. She was scared.
Fuck her. You know what?
What'd she do wrong? Do we know?
Yeah, she
I
didn't
hope
listen.
she robbed a bank or something.
No, he was trying to give her a speeding ticket, and she would not sign the ticket. She was refusing to sign the ticket.
What are those states where you got to sign?
Opie and Anthony. We got a grandma, great grandma. She got into a bit of a problem.
Oopsie.
Do we know why?
No, I know nothing of this.
I know. I didn't feel like reading that story today.
I know nothing except it ends in goodness.
You like it. It's funny every time.
I love
every
when
time
tasers are used.
Well,
I love it.
Why don't we just play this and then
we'll try to figure out what happened?
Yeah, why not?
See who was in the wrong here?
Why not?
Step back and you're going to be tased.